Hey guys, my name is Ben and welcome back to another Bukkit plugin tutorial, episode 60 something or other, I don't know. Anyway, today we're doing about scoreboards and, you know, the little scoreboard thing that comes up on the right hand side of your screen and stuff under players' names and, you know, tab lists and stuff, which is something that was requested. I don't know if I have... Many people requested it. The one that got the thumbs up was by CoolVids566, so... Thank that guy. So today, let's get into it, I suppose. So, if we just sort of, you know, in our on enable, so we want to make our scoreboard when the plugin's enabled. We want to get the instance of an object which is called a Scoreboard Manager, which manages all the scoreboards. So Scoreboard Manager, and we're gonna nickname this like SC Manager or something. So Manager. Why SC? SB Manager. SB Manager, that is an N. I'm looking at my quiet keyboard. I could use my loud keyboard, but anyway, and this is equal to Bukkit. Oh, good God. Bukkit.get Scoreboard Manager. So that's going to get our Scoreboard Manager for us, and that's stored in that SB Manager variable. And now we're going to make a new scoreboard. So to do that, we type scoreboard, and you know, let's just call this SC or SS board or something. And this is going to be equal to SB Manager, so the manager of scoreboards, and we're going to say get new scoreboard, so it returns a new scoreboard, and if we import that from org.bukkit.scoreboard, what we want to do now is actually, I'm going to go through a few things we can do within the scoreboard stuff. So one thing we can do is we can make teams, and to make a team, we just say, you know, team equals, and then we need to make it from the board, so we're using our sboard, so sboard dot register new team, and we can say this team is going to be the red team, and then import team, and then we can make, you know, a new team. Actually, if we call this one here red and this one here blue, like so we can register a new team called red and a new team called blue, like so. And then, you know, with these teams we can do a few things, so we can say team.add, oh, sorry, I didn't say red.add player, and then, you know, new offline player. Oh, we can't do that, can we? We can say bucket dot get offline player, and then we can get the name of, you know, an offline player, so bench cubed, and we can say blue, which is our other team, dot remove player, bucket dot get offline player, you know, and remove another random player from blue, whatever we have there. So team dot set, not team, red, so we say red dot set prefix. In here is in the player list, this will show up before the player's name. So for red we could say, like, you know, chat color dot red plus, and then a string, an empty string. And then for blue we could say blue dot set prefix chat color dot blue plus, you know, nothing, because it needs to cast it to a string. So that would, you know, set up our tab list and make it red and blue in the tab. We can also set the display name of each team, and we can say red dot set display name, and set the display name in here and put something. We don't really want to do that. Another couple things we can do with this is say red dot set can see friendly invisibles, so that will set if they can see friendly invisible players who are invisible. It'll set, if this is true, you'll be able to see friendly players who you've set as invisible. We can also say set our red dot set allow friendly fire. We can set it to false, so we don't want red players who are in red together be able to you know, attack each other. So that's how we do teams, which is not so much in scoreboards, I suppose, but that's something we can do within the Scoreboard Manager. Objectives are something within the actual scoreboards. So if we make an objective, first of all, so we just say objective, and then if we just say obj is equal to our board, which we've created. SS board is what we call it, S board. And we're going to register a new objective. And in here it takes two parameters. The two things in here are the in here are the name of our objective, first of all. So we could say test or, I don't know, Ben test. There we go. And this is going to be the display name, or the criteria name. I think it's in the Java docs. So the criteria could be like, I don't know, kill players or something. I don't know. And then we say objective dot set display slot. So in the display slot, we can say display slot dot below name, player list, or sidebar. So we're going to do sidebar because that's what, you know, people sort of want when they do that type of thing. And we can say objective or obj dot set display name to be whatever is going to display at the top of our objective on the sidebar. So we can say kills or something. I don't know. Kills. And then we can set scores for the players. So, you know, what player will get what score within this objective. It's all very sort of stuff inside of other stuff. So score equals objective dot get, not objective, obj dot get score, and then an offline player. So again, I can copy what I did up here with my name right there and import all of this from Bukkit. So score equals objective dot get score, Bukkit dot offline player bench cubed. So that's going to get the score for the player bench cubed, and we can set his score. So score dot set score to be a number. So 50. There we go. I have a score of 50. And we can set custom sort of stuff within the score. So what this will display as in the sidebar, it will say bench cubed 50. But if we want to have like a custom thing, we can say score. So if we don't want there to be a name there, so if we want, I suppose, it not to be so much like, because this will just display whatever the player's name is and will update from the player. If we want to display like you know, something here which says total kills, we can just put total kills, and that will come up as 50 in the thing. So that's what that will do. I don't really know how to show this all off because it's quite, you know, personal. So if we now want to set the scoreboard for a player, if we just loop through all the players, so for player Bukkit.get online players, that's going to loop through all the players online, and we can now say player.set scoreboard and then board, or SB board, and that will set their scoreboard as the board that we just created. And if we want to remove the player's scoreboard, because there's not actually a method which is remove scoreboard, we have to say player.set scoreboard. We have to set their scoreboard to a new scoreboard, and to do that we get the SB manager, so the manager we created, and we're going to get new scoreboard, which is going to be an empty scoreboard, which means they won't have a scoreboard displayed. So finally, if we want to display something underneath a player's name, this also comes underneath, you know, scoreboards. So if we want to make a new objective, so say we want to display the player's health underneath the player's name, so objective health obj, and that's going to be equal to Bukkit dot, or not even, it'll be equal to the SB manager, so the scoreboard manager, and we're going to get a new wait a minute, no it won't. We're going to make a new scoreboard, so scoreboard health, or p health, and this is going to be equal to our SB manager dot get new scoreboard. So we're getting a new scoreboard for the player's health, and we're going to make a new objective, because this is what we have to do. So we're going to make a new objective, and we're going to say health equals the p health. So the board we created was p health, so the player's health dot register new objective, and the register we want to make is, or the objective we want to make is going to be the thing. We're gonna name it first of all. So what we're gonna name it is, we're gonna say the under player name health or something. And for the second of all, the type, it's the data it's gonna hold is gonna be the health. So we just type health there, just you know, show that that's the health. That's what we're gonna store in it, and it has to be health because that's how it reads it. And now we're gonna say, you know, health dot set display slot dot below name, so that's going to display it below the player's name, and then we can say health dot set display name, so we're going to set the display name of set display slots, like so. Set display name as whatever we want it to be. So it's going to be something hearts or something. So it's going to be, there's going to be something before this plus hearts. And the way we're going to, you know, define this, because it says health and we have health up here, you know, saying that it's our health objective, we can just loop through all the players again. So for player bucket get online players. So obviously this would not normally be done on enable. We do it in like when someone does a command or something. We'd say online dot set not online. We'd say player dot set scoreboard the p health like so, and then we'd say the player dot set health. So we'd set the player's health to the scoreboard, or to player dot get health, like so. But because 1.6 has ruined everything, we have to cast this to a double. Player dot get health as a double, I guess, and then we just have to cast this to a double by putting at the start double, like so. And I don't know why that's still not working. It's ambiguous because they changed everything. Player, oh, I see why, because we need a double. So if we say player dot get health, it still needs to be a double. So if we just put double and then we cast all of this, I guess not. If we get the player's health first, so double D equals player dot get health, like so, but that's gonna return an ambiguous type of data. So if we say plus 0D 0.0, okay, maybe that doesn't work. Oh, I see. So we don't actually need this at all. Okay, right. This will just, you know, update the health as it is, and then we have to actually loop through the players. We still need to have them updating their scoreboards, which means you don't need these braces because it's just a, you know, one-lined loop thing. So that's how we do it, guys. This is Scoreboards. If we wanted to, you know, I guess, show what this actually it does, I guess you can hop into, I mean, there are multiple servers that do it. I mean, Tournament Tower does it, so hop into Tournament Tower, go to tournamenttower.com, get the IPs, hop into there. This does this whole underneath player name thing. This part up here, this will show in our sidebar what, you know, team, you know, how close to the objective we're in. We can change the objectives, the people's score, by setting the score and stuff and getting the score variable from our objective that we're getting. So yeah, I guess if I just say sboard.get objective, what we can do is, if you put here, if we wanted to get an objective instead of creating a new objective, we can say, you know, get objective Ben test, and that's what it would be, not kill players, it would be Ben test, because that's the name of the objective. So we'd say objective O equals that, and that would get the objective for us, and then we could continue doing all the other stuff with that. So that's how we get objectives from objectives that have already been defined. And that's it, really. You know, teams is something that isn't really so much visible, but is something that we can implement into our games and such without having to, you know, make a whole new system for teams. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been a sort of, you know, quick tutorial on teams and scoreboards and stuff. Hope you understand. If you don't, post down in the comments below. I will see you guys next time.